According to Psychology Today, adolescence typically describes the years between the ages of 13 and 19 and can be considered the transitional stage from childhood to adulthood. However, the physical and psychological changes that occur in adolescence can start earlier, during the preteen years, ages 9 through 12. Adolescence can be a time of both disorientation and discovery. This transitional period can bring up issues of independence and self-identity. Many adolescents and their peers face tough choices regarding school, sexuality, drugs and alcohol, and social life. Peer groups, romantic interest, and appearance tend to naturally increase in perceived importance for some time during a teen's journey towards adulthood.
Adolescence is the year spent morphing from child to adult. It starts with the physical beginnings of sexual maturity and ends with the social achievement of independent adult status. Puberty is a time when we mature sexually. A surge of hormones which may intensify moods and trigger a 2-year period of rapid physical development. It usually begins at the age of 11 in girls and about 13 in boys.
At the time of puberty, boys' growth propels them to a greater height than females. During this growth spurt, the primary sex characteristics, reproductive organs and external genitalia, and the secondary sex characteristics, breasts and hips in girls, facial hair and deepened voices in boys, and underarm hair for both genders develop dramatically.
In girls, puberty begins with breast development. Puberty's landmarks are the first ejaculation for men and the first menstrual period, which is called a menarche for girls. The sequence of physical changes in puberty occurs at different times for all adolescents. Boys may become bigger and stronger in their early teen years as a result of this puberty.
That's what's happening to me.
Whoa! You're the worst! God, stop!
At this age, they reach an intellectual summit that Piaget called formal operations. Adolescents begin to ponder and debate human nature and seek deeper conception of existence.
The motif of innocence is really evident in this simile.
And here the duality of nature is present.
Piaget and Kohlberg agree that children's moral judgments build upon their cognitive development. Kohlberg proposed 3 basic levels of moral thinking. Pre-conventional mortality, before the age of 9. Most children's mortality focuses on self-interest. They obey either to avoid punishment or to gain concrete rewards.
I want to do my homework.
You have to.
No.
If you don't, you cannot watch TV later.
Okay, I'll do it.
Conventional mortality, by early adolescence, mortality focuses on caring for others and upholding laws and social rules, simply because they are laws and the rules.
Let's go play in the woods.
No, the woods are off limits. We can't go there.
But come on, no one will find out.
No, I'm not going. Let's go back to class.
Conventional mortality, with the abstract reasoning of formal operations, thought many people may reach a 3rd moral level. Actions are judged right because they flow from people's rights or from the self-defined basic ethical principles.
Can you come help me tutor kids after school?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Why are you tutoring kids after school?
Only to put it on my college resume.
This type of post-conventional mortality is otherwise known as individualism. Theorist Erik Erikson contended that each stage in life has its own psychosocial task, a crisis that needs resolution. Adolescents struggle with the question of identity. A social identity is formed based on who the people are surrounded by: jocks, preps, geeks, band kids, etc. Erikson also noticed that some adolescents create their identity early simply by adopting their parents' values and expectations. During the early to mid-teen years, self-esteem falls and depression rates increase for girls, but self-image rebounds during the late teens and 20s.
Yeah, I'm ready. We're going to college!
Yay! Once identity is discovered, adolescents have a capacity for intimacy, forming emotionally close relationships. Jeremy Hunter found that American teens tend to be happiest when they are with their friends.
Hey, Lily. Hey. What are you doing? Come hang out with us. Okay. Come on. Let's go.
difference and arguments occur more often.
Talk to Sophie about this grade. This is unacceptable. Sophie? What is this? Why did you get an F on your Mexican Revolution test?
It's not my fault. Leave me alone.
Leave you alone? Oh, I'm gonna leave you alone when you don't get into college.
Miss Peters hates me. It's not my fault.
What do you say?
Unacceptable.
Shameful. Our show comes on at 8, so what do you want to cook for dinner?
Maybe spaghetti.
Bye guys, I'm leaving.
Where do you think you're
Excuse
going?
me.
It's a school night. Don't you have a math test tomorrow?
I already studied.
Did you though? Sophie, I don't like what these new friends have been doing to you.
Why are you trying to control me?
I'm not. I just don't like your behavior.
Well, you're annoying.
I'm the annoying one. You're the one that's
Just let me
screaming
hang out with
at
my
me.
friends.
You're being disrespectful.
God, I'm leaving.
You're grounded.
As parent-teen relationships lessen, peer influence increases. Adolescents talk, dress, and act more like their peers than their parents. What their friends are, they often become. In teen calls to hotline counseling services, peer relationships are the most discussed topic.
Is this a help hotline?
Yes, it is. What can I help you with?
I really don't know what to do. My friends are just being really mean and they're bullying me and I just really don't know what to do.
Wow, I'm sorry. That really sucks. It's hard in high school to meet friends and keep ones that will last. But what you should do is just be yourself and go out there and make some new friends. Okay. Hello, this is 1-800 Hotline Help. How can I help you?
I just feel really peer pressured from my friends lately to drink and do drugs, and I'm just really scared that I'm going to start tuning into them, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to disappoint my parents, but I just feel so peer pressured. What can I do?
Well, first off, don't give in to peer pressure. You don't have to do what your friends tell you to. If they were true friends, they wouldn't be peer pressuring you. Don't ever put yourself in an uncomfortable situation that you're not okay with. I mean, these are some pretty heavy topics you're dealing with, and must I also add, they're illegal. Kids our age should not be partaking in those activities, so don't feel like you need to do it. So also, I know you said you didn't want to disappoint your parents, but they're not disappointing you. You can always talk to them. Tell them how you feel, tell them what's up. They really just want to get closer to you, probably. And also, another point would be, get some new friends. Like, you don't need those friends. They're clearly not good if they're trying to, I don't know, make you uncomfortable and put you in bad situations. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. It's just hard sometimes, and I really don't want to lose my friends, and I know I'm not disappointing my parents, but I'm just worried that I might if I cave to all the peer pressure.
Well, I know, that's true. It's hard. It's hard to just destroy some relationships you've made over something stupid like this. Maybe you should try talking to them. Tell them that you're not okay with drinking, and maybe they'll understand. I mean, you don't have to get rid of your friends just because they do something you're not okay with. Maybe you guys could meet on a middle ground and, hang out Friday nights.
Okay, thank you so much. You've really been helpful.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Emerging adulthood is the bridging of the gap from dependency on parents to full independence and responsibility. In many Western cultures, adolescents take more time to finish college and establish careers. Adolescents begin to develop earlier. Early sexual maturity is due to increased body fat and weakened parent-child bonds. Delayed independence and earlier sexual maturity have widened the gap between biological maturity and social independence. For some time, leaving for college and assuming some independence is the beginning of emerging adulthood. For others who remain at home may feel in between due to their lack of independence. For all, adulthood emerges gradually and often comes with diminishing spells of depression and anger, and with an increase in self-esteem.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We're really gonna miss you.
I'm so excited for college.
I'm
Go get him out there.
Yep.